back to Dog, Coffee, and Guitar. I know I missed last week. I had some technical difficulties, and so excited to be back doing this, and excited to be doing, if you had told me 10, 11, 12 years ago I'd be making videos about how to play a Dethklok song, I would have totally believed you. That's exactly what I thought I would be doing. Now, Dethklok is an important band. I know it's a cartoon, it's a fictional band, but man, Brendan Small's such a good guitar player. And Home Movies is also a fantastic show. But let me not get off track here. That band and this fictional guitar player, Skwisgar Skwigelf from Norway, fictional Norwegian cartoon black metal guitar player, is the reason why I got into playing heavy metal in the first place. I'd like to sit here and say, oh, I'm a big Alex Skolnick from Testament fan, and tell you, no, it'd be a whole bunch of BS, because the truth is, I grew up listening to Angus Young, AC/DC, Jimmy Page, Jimi Hendrix, Pink Floyd, Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath was about the heaviest band that I listened to. And so all of my playing was very blues-based, and kids in high school would like make fun of me, like, oh man, you're not metal, you just play blues. And I would be sitting there going, and I was happy with that until Cartoon Network rolled out Metalocalypse, and I heard Skwisgar Skwigelf play the Duncan Hills Coffee Jingle for the first time, and I'm like, I love coffee and metal, and it was an instrumental part of my entire upbringing, I guess. This Skwisgar Skwigelf, a fictional character, a huge influence of mine. Look at that. And I guess you could say it's Brendan Small. Excellent guitar player. So today's lesson is how we take these triad arpeggios. A couple weeks ago on Dog, Coffee, and Guitar, we did triad magic, the magic of triads. And I taught you just about every triad on the guitar. That was a valuable lesson. It was a valuable lesson. Go back and watch. Thanks to all 119 of you that watched it. 119 of you got some good stuff. These triads are how your favorite guitar player sounds so melodic. And so we'll learn, even if you don't like metal, I teach you how to pick up a little bit of speed along the way. So it's a continuation of our triad lesson and a continuation on how to play faster. So we're going to look at triad arpeggios, and we're going to look at symmetrical scale patterns to allow us to play faster and cleaner. I'm excited. Let's jump right into it. Oh, and of course, Slug will make an appearance. It is Dog, Coffee, and Guitar. This is a coffee jingle, first and foremost. So coffee involved right there. But I do have a mug of my beloved Wawa Dark Roast, so I am ready to go. Let's get right into it, guys. So I'll teach you the solo, and we'll break down all of those triad arpeggios. If you didn't watch that episode of Dog, Coffee, and Guitar, a triad is a 3-note chord. This is in, first of all, we're tuned to drop D. Okay? Tuned to drop D. So prepare for ultimate flavor. We are getting there now. Drop D. If you don't know, tune your E string to a D. It's a magical metal sound. So we're in the key of D minor, which is also the key of F major, whichever way you want to slice it. Here's your D minor triad arpeggio. And that's how he opens up the solo. He goes, it's a D minor chord. Look. No different than playing a D minor chord over here. 13th fret E string, 15th fret B, and the 14th fret of the G. So that's, but we're also going to reach over here for this A note, this high A note. The A is already in the chord. So we'll reach for that high A, and it's a hammer on and pull off from an F note to an A note. Hammer on, pull off, F, A, F. There's your D note, middle finger, 15th fret B. We're gonna bring that first finger up to play the 14th fret of the G string. And then you're just gonna go back down the same way we came up. So that's how we start that off. That's your D minor arpeggio. The next thing, he just goes right on down. So that the D minors are 6 chord in the key of F. The 5 chord would be a C major. Here's a C major triad. So that minor shape was here. Your major shape, 15th fret E, 12th fret, 13B, and the 12th fret of the G. Kind of looks like a D major chord. It's over here, so it's a C. You have an E note, C note, and a G note. G, E, C, G. And then we'll complete the C chord. An E note on the 14th fret of the D, and then your pinky finger can grab the 15th fret of the A. So when I do that sweep down, you are... The magic of sweep picking is removing the notes, removing your fingers from the notes the minute they get picked. So we're sweeping down with our guitar pick. And you want to stick the landing on that G. It's a great way to get a lot of notes out really fast. And it's a technique that is harder to practice slow than it is fast. So just form this C chord. And practice sweeping down. So Skwisgar Skwigelf is, he's going to do hammer on, pull off, 12, 15, 12, 13, 12, 14th fret of the D, 15, and then just make a return trip. Here's the bendies. Now there are 3 major pillars of heavy metal guitar. I call them the chugging, the squiggly diggly digglies. We need that for metal. But the bendies might be the most important pillar of all. So we're bending the 12th fret of bending the 12th fret of the E up. And we're going to release and bring it back to the 10th fret. To the 13th fret. And we'll bend up. 12th fret, E, will bend up that 13, bring it back down, play the 12th fret of the E, and then the 13th fret of the B. So you have... Now, here's where we get into symmetrical patterns. These are where we have adjacent strings, E string and the B string, for instance, and we're going to use the same fingers and the same frets. That lack of change of direction is what's going to lead us to being able to play this faster and faster and faster. And we need good technique, and you got to go back. You got to go back and you got to watch Old Dog Coffee and Guitars. I'm sharing good stuff with you guys. Don't dent the marshmallow. The harder you press, you have that inertia working against you. We're going to use science to play faster. Lighter touch equals better tone, faster guitar playing. And again, if you go back to don't dent the marshmallow, I had surgery to repair nerve damage in my hand. My hand works at about maybe like 70% capacity of your hands do. So if I can do it, you can do it. Watch this. We're going to go 15th fret of the E string to the 13th fret to the 12th fret, and it's going to be a hammer on and a pull off. And then we'll do it on the B string. So you have... And I'm picking, check out my picking technique, inside the strings. You're going to be picking down on the E and up on the B so that the guitar pick never leaves the space between those two strings. When that happens, if our guitar pick never leaves the space between those two strings, you're cutting down on the movement. You're cutting down on the distance that guitar pick has to go. And when we do that, we can get to where we're going faster. So, 15, 13, 12, you have a G note, an F note, and an E note. On the E, we'll play the same 3 frets, D, C, B on the B string like this. And then we're gonna keep moving. This actually does a key change. It's gonna go to D Dorian here. So now we have, so instead of the B flat, we'll play a B. This is making it D Dorian. Go back and watch the Modes Mystery Series, and I'll explain what Dorian Modes is. It's all on the channel, guys. 13, 12, 10 on the E is F, E, and D. And then 13, 12, and 10 on the B string is C, B, and A. And we're going to use that same picking technique. So we put those two shapes together, you get... Notice my first finger stays flat the whole time. Let's cut down on our movement, and we can play more efficiently. And then one more. This is 12, 10, and 9. 12th fret, 10th fret, 9th fret. The G note, the F note, and the E note on the G string. And we'll play the same 3 frets on the D. That way, if your first finger stays flat the whole time, you can play this. Now he's gonna go right back into that D minor triad arpeggio. So we'll play that part again. We'll play now. The melody here. 15, 17, 18 to the 17 on the E string. 15E, 18B, 17B. So you get a little bit of melodicism there. Then we sweep into our C major. So we have that C major sweep pattern. We're gonna do the bendies again, but this time further up, more bendies. A constant climb. 12th fret of the E string to the 10th fret. 13E. 15. We'll bend up 15E, bring it back down, hit the 13th fret to the 17th fret, bend the 17th fret up, and here's a D harmonic minor pattern. 20, 18, 17 on the E string, and on the B string, 15, 14, 15. That 14th fret, the C sharp, that's the major 7 to a D. We add the major 7 to a minor scale, like a C sharp to a D minor scale. You get harmonic minor. That's what that's all about. That's that dark, heavy, almost Middle Eastern or Spanish kind of sound. You're going to see that a lot in heavy metal music. Think Holy Wars, Megadeth, and so many other ones. Harmonic minor is a cool sound. So that's it. That's Duncan Hills Coffee Jingle. Now, what you should take away from that, even if you struggle to play that, it's not an easy solo, but it's not the worst thing in the world. It's, you know, you got to memorize patterns, get some muscle memory going. What you should take away from that, though, are all of those triad shapes. So let's look at this. This is the D minor. You have 13, 15, and 14. The C major. 12E, 11, or to 13B, and 12G. It looks like a D major chord. So you have a D minor shape, a D major shape. So you got your 6 to your 5. B flat major. We could play this in this key too. So we would go. Your B flat. If we want to play an A minor, we bring that minor shape back. It starts to run. 8 to 12 to 8 again. 10 on the B. 9G. 10B. 8. Bring that down a whole step. And you get a G minor arpeggio. It's going to be 6, 10, 6, 8, 7. Those hammer-on pull-offs are integral here. And all of that. We have 5 and 8 and 5 and 6B and 5, and that's our F major triad. And there's the root. That's it. You got to use triad arpeggios. Symmetrical patterns. We'll talk about symmetrical patterns real fast. We saw a couple of them. Let's change keys. So we know we don't always have to do this in the key of D minor. We could play, let's say we were in the key of G major. Let's find all of our symmetrical patterns. If you're in a root G major position, here's a symmetrical pattern for us. 7th fret, 5th fret, and 3rd fret of the E and the B. How about 8, 7, and 5? You know, you can start to run these 8, 7, and 5 on the E string and the B string. How about the 10th fret, the 8th fret, and the 7th fret here? So you get your Ionian, Dorian, and Phrygian position. 12, 10, and 8 symmetrical pattern in the key of G. Now, when we get into our Mixolydian pattern, it's not symmetrical anymore, but we do have a cool Joe Satriani lick we could play here. So make it 2 notes per string instead of 3. 14, 10, 13, 10. Some work for the pinky and the ring. The whole time I'm picking inside the strings, down on the E, up on the B. Reach for that G note. We're shredding before we even know it, guys. Here we go. Here's more. Now, 2 note patterns. We have our E minor pentatonic. We can shred that. 4 note symmetrical pattern there, and then before you know it, 15th fret, and we're back to where we started. Hammer-ons, pull-offs. Guys, you have all these symmetrical patterns. Start out slow. Put your metronome on. I hate to sound like a guitar teacher, but I mean that's what I do. You got to put your metronome on. You got to be competitive about it. We talked about treating our guitar practice like it's a video game. Treat your guitar practice like it's a video game, meaning set high scores, write them down, and work hard to move past those high scores. So, I hope we learned something. I hope we push ourselves forward this week, set some high scores, watch Metalocalypse. We got nothing else to do. It's a pandemic out there. Guys, I hope we had fun. I hope we learned something. Like I said, set some high scores. Be competitive about your guitar practice. Have fun with it. Push yourself forward. Have fun with it. Now, Slug is coming back. We have something to say. Slug is coming back, so sit tight. Be right back.
Guys, Slug wanted to say goodbye. I wanted to say goodbye. And look, guys, thanks so much for watching Dog Coffee Guitar and my Coheed videos and the Guitar Hero stuff. And I'm having a lot of fun with it. Just a reminder, if after watching an episode of Dog Coffee Guitar, you decide to make a $10 donation to your local animal shelter, show me that you did that. You get a free guitar lesson with me over Zoom. I'll run through whatever you want. We'll do a guitar lesson over Zoom. Slug will make an appearance. And if you decide to adopt an animal, adopt a dog or cat from your local shelter after watching an episode of Dog Coffee Guitar, he's ready. We're going to get a month of free lessons if you adopt a dog or cat from the shelter. Guys, thanks for watching Dog Coffee and Guitar. I'll see you next time.